J's best hero here. Able to fight against a lot of what TLID is showing. TLID has not shown the mid lane. Quite a lot is still open. The Luyi is open. The Balance open.
Would be,
right?
Luyi would be gross, like good gross, disgusting right now. It would just be that wild card pick.
Just send Hilda to the back line and then just sandwich them in.
Yeah, you don't even have to go. You just send whoever through the diversion and boom. Cho and Hilda, who knows? I mean, there's definitely a lot of possibilities with the Luyi pick. It could definitely be the thorn in Rora's side right here. But they might go for something simpler.
A Valen. Valentina, take away.
Get the implosion.
Wait, who's that?
Xavier! Xavier with the new Starlight skin as well. Xavier debut. Oh, TLID is cooking. TLID is cooking.
Are they cooking or are they burning? We'll see in a minute.
Hey, you said TLID is going to win. This is something interesting. Thank you, Mr. Trex. Thank you, Mr. Brigida. But now we're sending to Mr. Ingan as well as Mr. Naisu.
Thank you so much, and welcome to the most neutral English desk for this matchup. What is up, guys? I'm Naisu and Ingan, and we're here to bring you the match, the crucial one. How are we feeling about the draft? You can't say Aurora.
I swear we're unbiased, we're neutral, but I have to lean towards Aurora. I mean, they have the Bruno, Naisu.
You know what? I like TLID's draft. I know the panel reacted to the Xavier. This is one of my favorite heroes in the game. I'm just wondering also if this is actually going to work in their favor or work against them. Well, we're going to find out here because this is all about the status quo at stake for both the teams. We know what's on the line. We've had sweeps all day, but we're hoping for a great Game 3 in this one as we jump into the land of Dawn. It's Aurora, MLBB, and Team Liquid ID, both jungles. We already saw the build-up video. If you guys missed it, it was amazing. Favian, or like some like to say, Favian versus Demon Kite. You know, some adjustments had to be made early on throughout the Swiss stage, but they'll get things locked in here. Ingan, we have an M6 pass also for our viewers.
Yeah, and you can complete all activities tasks during the event to reach level 75 for free. Get amazing rewards including Claude's Battle Emote, M6 Glory Avatar Border, Baksha's Battle Emote, and then the new special skin, Baksha Dauntless Shield, all for free.
All for free. Grab it while you can. Now looking at this, you know, both lineups, I like that it was broken down, but so far, it's such a curveball, man. The fact that we have a debut pick in the Xavier for Ezekiel, you know, working against a set potential lineup that Aurora MLBB brought to game number 1, at least you have that range to work with. At least you have a distance. Yeah. I mean, his whole point, obviously, is you don't want to just be caught into that implosion or into those setups, especially with an Edith here. Like, there's so many tools that Aurora can throw at Team Liquid ID, and you just want to be as far away as possible from that. And we know, we've seen the Xavier many times where you late game, you're a monster, your Dawning Light's on a very low cooldown. But that's the question, can Team Liquid ID make it to that late game with this kind of setup?
Early engage coming in from Aurora MLBB. Arando, quite tanky, has to use the flicker to walk away, evades a potential death, and Aurora MLBB just aggressive as they can be.
Being aggressive, starting things off. Brennan J taking a little bit of shots, of course. But this is the thing, you know, at this point, you want to be able to go ahead and set things up for this turtle. Get in the position. Witty doesn't have the level 4, but he's going to keep Demon Kite, poking him down a little bit. They do get that stun. There's the Dawning Light.
The Dawning Light right now hurts, but Witty hurts more as he's going to fall down in the hands of 3 members of Aurora, setting themselves up perfectly for this turtle take. But TLID unfazed, still checking if they can get a hold of this turtle.
Well, you saw it already. Ability to stop things and slow things down with Ezekiel, able to keep them at bay. No one able to commit. It's going to be pretty much a reset. You can see Implosion back up. UA also waiting. They might go for this turtle at this point. Trying to slow it down.
Dawning Light connects. Implosion for the Hitman! Connecting onto 2. Plus the Spear of Alpha coming in from Team and Kite to bring down 2 plus the turtle. And even until now, Witty is not yet level 4. And the panel's been talking about who is on the driver's seat because both of these teams seems to be there. But Aurora just hanging on to this lead. Witty finally, okay, connects with the Way of the Dragon, but Domeng managed to stay alive, evades the Dawning Light as well.
Gonna invade that. Good thing Domeng should still be fine. I mean, he already had to use a Purifying Renegade making his way. Talk about discipline, you know, able to get not only the 3 kills, but also get the turtle, giving them a nice little bit of lead at this point in the game, setting things up. First items being picked up too. looks like we're going to have to take a breather. Mind you, those 3 kills went all to Demon Kite. Like, that alone gives him this advantage. He's got a War Axe early on.
Yeah.
And I would say relatively well that now approaching the next objectives, if you're Aurora MLBB, you kind of have free reign. You're able to set things up. You've got a great lead on your jungler. And for TLID, they have to approach it in a much more cautious way.
Yeah, even if they have Cho in hands of a witty device that could go for the initiations, go for the pickoffs, they have to take things slow again and don't go for the pace of Aurora MLB, because so far Aurora has been performing well. The first implosion flicker play of Renegade connected onto 2, serving him up in a silver platter to Demon Kite with the Spear of Alpha. So far TLID, we know that in terms of micro, they're one of the superior teams, but they up against a team like Aurora MLBB, your macro really has to step up early on in this game.
You know, in the things that we saw earlier throughout the tournament, especially the early Swiss stages, like we saw even that quote, you know, from Renegade, how you had to make the adjustments leading into this point. Even when it came down to the draft, obviously the adjustments had to be made, but this lineup, at least for game 1, it looks very familiar to a lot of people that watched their journey, you know, throughout the MPL Philippines, got to the grand final, of course. This is that lineup that they like to play around. This is the lineup that they like to capitalize on macro, but also in team fights. Like, they are going to want to team fight it out. And that's why I was saying, you know, as we jump back into the game here, TLID has to be able to answer that. And we've seen this all throughout this point of the tournament where, you know, the Cho is going to be an integral part of the success for TLID if they can get those kicks in the right direction, if they can get that setup potential early on. That all works in their favor. And then even with the Granger, man, you know, it was some of the panel that put this really well together, that Granger has been getting a ton of kills, but he hasn't been getting a lot of wins. You know, he hasn't been getting a lot of just overall wins. And if you can scale up and get those, you know, get the items early on, get the damage profile early on, then great, but you got to be able to cap out the game on top of it.
Yeah, Aaron Shiki already picks up a Hunter Strike. And I do agree, because again, Granger is skill-based. So in terms of getting pickoffs, especially if Widdy will get a huge Way of the Dragon. Speaking of that, implosion connecting onto Fabian. Here comes the counter-attack coming in from TLID. Dawning Light will connect. Aaron Shiki with the Detsunata. Knockout coming in from Widdy. It's going to bring down the Hitman, and they're going for more. Edward will fall down out and onto the backline, working on Demon Kite, getting gagged up by 3. Widdy is still here along with Aaron Shiki, and Eran. Spear of Alpha is there. They're going to get a kill, but TLID manages to bring him down as well.
Oh, there's a whole lot of trading happening there. Of course, for TLID, they get 4 kills. They're gonna get an objective. They do get that turtle. A lot of extra gold going over here to top, but also the same on bottom from Domeng. So just trades all around. But even then, you know, Demon Kite's like, if I'm going down, I'm taking one of you with me. So he does get a kill. But ultimately, that was a fight started by Renegade. He wanted that fight. He started that fight up in the jungle of TLID, and then they got collapsed on. So that's a nice little swing to bring things back to pretty much a balance. You know, no one really just kind of building up off of that momentum just yet. They can adjust from it on both sides, but still, it took that lead that we saw where Aurora built up, even with Demon Kite having those early kills, those 3 kills. Now it slows down a little bit, and TLID equalizes things out.
Yeah, for the good thing for Aurora MLBB is that Domeng with the Bruno, we all know when it comes to the 15-minute, 16-minute mark, they're going to have a good time. But TLID, okay, they're going to catch Widdy. Renegade!
They go in. Widdy's already gone. So a quick kill. That time around, you know, this is what I was saying, man. They want to fight. Again, the Spear of Alpha. There's the toss-up, and Aaron is gone. Another kill. Another body added to the list. Now Aurora MLBB looking to go down the mid lane. As a full force, they get a flicker out.
A lot of chain CC from Aurora MLBB. Started things out with Widdy, and then eventually bringing down Aran. So the pickoff potential is also high for Aurora MLBB. And even if TLID decides to go for the pickoff or decides to go for huge initiations, Aurora MLBB, they have a lot of kit to counter it out. Even the Spear of Alpha, even the Implosion, much more the Deathly Grasp and Internal Guard coming in from Yue. So TLID, again, they have to play this at a safer pace. Work on their strengths. They have Widdy on the show. They can go for huge pickoffs. They need Aran to be present as well to try and get Domeng preoccupied so that he couldn't deal the damage onto the backline of Aurora, of TLID.
TLID going to go ahead and get things Possibly set up here for that turtle. There's the kick already. Edward tossing up again. The flicker from Witty, but he won't escape.
And Renegade follows up with the implosion, connecting onto Fabian. He has to walk away. Aden as well, running for his life, but then caught down by the cursed blast of Iue. Aurora MOBB with 2 kills.
They also get the turtle here. That's the 3rd one, last one of the game. So again, Aurora MOBB will win that exchange just by a margin. But you're starting to see just how many tools they do have to start these fights up. As Team Liquid ID tries to hold on to the tier 1 turret. You are seeing some of that damage, of course, from Yehezkiel, how he's able to go ahead and just poke down a little bit, even if it's with the dawning light, and just stopping them in their tracks, of course. But so far, the answer for Aurora MLBB has just relying on all the crowd control they have. They have so many options. And as we take a look at the items here and where things are falling into place, you can already see that Dom Ice set in for Renegade. He's got that. We have Witty that went with the Athena shield, obviously so, because there's just so much magic damage that's going to be thrown at him too. Whether that's Edward, whether that's Yue.
Oh.
Now in the mid lane again.
Jeet Kundu double man knockup connecting onto Renegade as well, but he managed to stay alive. Domin gets a kill, and the implosion connecting both Demon Kai with a Spear of Alpha, just slowly bringing down bodies of TLID. Fabian again in Iran will fall down.
You only have so many flickers, so many purifies to be able to use here for Team Liquid ID, and they're feeling how much crowd control is thrown at them. A Divine Glaive picked up by Yue. So that damage is going to help even more now, as Yue is pretty much online already. Just a couple Cursed Blasts alone, and even the Eternal Guard able to help them out. They try to hold on, keep things together in the tier 2. They do clear it out. Again, Team Liquid ID has pretty good clear.
Yeah.
And as the game goes on longer, that the fact that they have this kind of lineup should be able to keep them into the base defense, even if they get in that situation. But again, it's all getting the space that they need to deal with all that setup potential. This is obviously, you've seen it time and time again. Malefic Gun now picked up for Domeng. So he's already got the Haas Claws, the Berserker's Fury, and the Malefic Gun. Good item pickup here for Aaron Shiki too. Gets Malefic Roar. We have to start seeing that damage come through from Team Liquid ID. A lot of the times they're getting set up on, and then they're forced to fight. Well, maybe at this point, the power spike's getting a little bit closer for them also. But right now, with that lead, Aurora MLBB will make their way towards this first lord of the game.
Major objective up for grabs. Aurora MLBB has a 1.6k gold lead, and proper positioning so far for 2 of the gold laners haven't been picked off yet. And now we are going to watch 2 of the masters of the lore dance excel in the very first objective.
As they approach the fight, again, Demon Kai quite tanky himself on this alpha. And just rely on, actually let Fabian start things up. You can see how much is respected, especially when Renegade and Edward just kind of walk into an area. They do take quite a bit of shots, though. They get poked down. Renegade!
This might be an opening for TLID. A kick onto Indy once again, bringing down Renegade. And Yue trying to answer back with a kill of their own, but Aaron Shiki picks up a triple. Edward doing his best to dish out the damage with the Primal Wrath, but TLID is going to catch him off guard. Earth Shatter, last attempt, but a maniac for Aaron Shiki, and it looks like the hype is real for this kid.
The cavalry is out as Team Liquid comes out with a massive swing. And what a play. Again, they got whittled down, they got poked down. Demon Kai gonna be in trouble too. Goes in with a Spear of Alpha, tries to get a kill, pops the Widow Crown, and Renegade joins the fight.
Sacred Hammer Implosion play and just blasted down Fabian out of the map. But for some reason, Yehezkiel is still alive. The range, the positioning of their mid laner is just too much for Aurora MLBB to handle. And now they have to think about the Lord push that TLID can bank on.
This is where, again, momentum favoring Team Liquid ID. This point of the game, even though it's only that first Lord, Aurora MLBB is going to have to do the work, keep things together. They might be able to obviously keep their base turrets too. We'll see if they keep all the shields, but right now, waiting for Demon Kite to come back up. You get a preview of how much damage this poke comp is actually able to pull off from Team Liquid ID, especially now that you're getting in that zone of, you know, these quicker dawning lights from Yehezkiel. And the thing is, you know, he's got Wishing Lantern too. I believe he just recently picked that up. You can see the stacks here, of course, for Aaron Shiki on both sides, and the fact that now he has a Sky Piercer too. they'll have to keep this under control. You know, he hasn't died at all. He's 6-0-3 right now. He's still holding on to that Purify, has that available. So we'll see how they play around it. Not a massive lead. Aurora MLBB isn't out, but they got to control the map now. They've got to be able to find a setup that they're looking for. They've got the tools themselves. Wind of Nature also picked up for Doming.
Yeah, Legend Zero, Mr. Consistent, needs to be aggressive here. Needs to try and go for those damage dealers of TLID, because so far they have better position and they can dish out the damage. Just looking at the damage dealt, Hezkiel is leading the leaderboards right now. And he can safely do so again because the kit, the Mystic Field, even used to their advantage a lot of times, forcing Aurora's aggression to be halted, and at the same time dishing out the Dawning Light was just too much to handle for Aurora MLBB. Yeah,
I mean, the crazy thing about it too is just being able to actually combine some of the usage with the Mystic Field. You know, it allows Aaron Shiki to actually move around a little bit faster on his own, and then poke, of course. Like, part of it obviously is getting the Destinata off, but even the Rhapsody, you're seeing how much it's hurting the front line now for Aurora MLBB because of the items that he's locked in. So this is going to make it a very interesting fight for this next Lord, as clearly they don't want to really start things up before it. You're 20 seconds away. You're not going to be able to move too much past, you know, this line of that tier 2 turret from mid lane for Aurora MLBB. And all Team Liquid ID has to do is set up. They go ahead, set up, they get things together. They're going to choose where this fight happens. And if that happens before they even rotate down for the Lord, just for a numbers advantage, they might actually go for it. So Aurora MLBB, they've got to play this very smartly this time around. As you can see already, Team Liquid ID makes their way to start up the Lord.
It's all going to boil down to the setups that both roamers can do right now, but just look at the zoning capability, the poke of TLID, forcing Renegade and the rest of Aurora to back away. Widdy has good vision, has good position here. TLID is in full control of this Lord Pit.
They're in full control right now, and Widdy waiting on the side portion. Just on this bottom side, Aaron holding up the top. They can take this as slow as they want to. They still have poke. Another Dawning Light going to be used. The Lord does reset. Renegade though.
Renegade connects with the implosion play. Might be a proper target though as they bring down Aran, but with the answers right back with the Way of the Dragon connecting onto Edward. And now Doming with a double kill. Oh. The next standard bringing everything he can for Aurora, but gets taken down by the dynamic duo of Ezekiel and Aaron Shiki.
Again, working together. Great initiation started, but it will ultimately lead to a reset on the Lord. But both teams are really just fighting it out. And you saw, you know, that's that advantage. That's that minor advantage that Aaron Shiki has right now because of the fact, too, that he has that Sky Piercer. And Doming, he tanked a lot of Rhapsody shots, man. So that is definitely, you know, a fight started on the whims of let's maybe turn this tide and then get the Lord. But ultimately, it resets things. They get back in position. Aaron Shiki is going to go ahead and swap in, picks up the Wind of Nature himself. Doming already used his. So now this changes the course of the fight a little bit more. As they approach it up, it'll be started up by TLID. As Aurora gets in position, taking again a couple shots with the Destinata. And they'll approach things out. Again, Edward might be the one to start things up as he has the flicker available. They already know. There's the conceal coming through.
Oh.
Gonna get stopped in his tracks. Renegade.
Oh, got bursted down. A huge play coming in from Ezekiel. Earth Shatter Flicker combination is gonna connect, but it's not gonna be enough though, because TLID on a rampage right now. 3 Auroras will fall down. Dawning Light connects, and it looks like they're not gonna go for the Lord instead, because Aurora has it. They're gonna go for the mid lane. No casualties for TLID.
Yue and Doming, they have to go ahead and defend into this. Again, they did get the Lord, so that might be able to buy him a little bit enough time, but they gotta work with this push in.
Okay, Doming. Flicker, yeah, Ezekiel flickers in, pops his Purify, and the Winter Crown. Here comes TLID to try and take the game 1 away from Aurora.
And the Cavalry will make it happen, even after losing the Lord. They make the move, and they get the first blood in the series. Aurora MLBB had the tools, they had the crowd control, but they just took too much damage up front. The poke from Team Liquid ID was too much, and the Xavier, what a pick. What a usage of the Mystic Field, the Dawning Lights, everything in conjunction with the Rhapsody and the Destinata. So difficult to approach here. The panel, you can